Welcome to the Penny platform. We'd like to take a moment to address the question, and it comes up a lot. Can I enroll someone on Penny's application who does not have a Social Security number? Well, on the Penny application, we'd first like to discuss who is required to provide a Social Security number on the Penny application. That would be any member of the household applying for coverage who has a Social Security number. Adults in the household who are not seeking coverage and who have a Social Security number if applying for financial assistance. Now, who is not required to provide a Social Security number? Any member of the household without a Social Security number, including those who recently applied for but have not received a Social Security number. They should apply now and then update their application when they receive their Social Security number. Children in the household who are not seeking coverage and who have a Social Security number. A tip with that is Penny still recommends including their Social Security number in case the child seeks coverage later on. Now, what happens if a customer who has a Social Security number doesn't provide it on their Penny application? Well, they receive conditional eligibility with a Social Security number data matching issue. If a Social Security number data matching issue is not resolved by the end of the reasonable opportunity period, it'll result in termination of the coverage. So it's important that we work with the customer to get that resolved. Customers may receive Social Security number data matching issues if they provide their Social Security number, but their application information doesn't match what's on file with the Social Security Administration information. Examples of that might be a name mismatch, date of birth mismatch, death status, etc. So who will likely have a Social Security number? Well, U.S. citizens, U.S. nationals, legal permanent residents or green card holders. And who may not have a Social Security number? Well, some lawfully present non-U.S. citizens don't have a Social Security number. Now, here's the burning question. Can individuals without a Social Security number apply for coverage through Penny? The answer is yes. Individuals without a Social Security number can apply. All individuals are prompted to provide a Social Security number on the Penny application if they have one. Individuals without a Social Security number should leave the field blank, and we'll take a look at that here in a moment. They will need to provide other information demonstrating their lawful presence eligibility for coverage through Penny later in the application. In fact, it's on the very next page. A tip with that: if a customer has an identification number, but you're not quite sure exactly what type of number it is, the application will actually prompt you and tell you what format the identification number should be entered in that field. And on the very next page from the Social Security page, you'll see an example here where an alien number is typically a 9-digit numerical number. A card number is typically a 13 character. 3 characters are alpha, 10 characters are numeric. And this is built right into the Penny application to make it easy for you and the customer. So, Social Security number versus an individual taxpayer identification number. There's been some confusion about this. Some lawfully present immigrants without a Social Security number may in fact have an individual taxpayer identification number. This is an IRS created number, and it was created back in 1996 so that more working immigrants could file taxes in the US. An ITIN is a 9-digit number formatted like a Social Security number, but the individual taxpayer identification number will start with the number 9. An individual taxpayer identification number is used for for tax purposes only and cannot be used on the penny application. So please keep that in mind. Should an individual or individuals provide their ITIN on the penny application? Anyone without a social security number should leave the social security field blank, even if they have an ITIN. An individual taxpayer identification number will not be accepted in the social security field nor anywhere else in the penny application. And here are some very quick examples of what an ITIN looks like, what a social security card looks like, and they are very similar. But again, the only number that would matter in the social security field is the social security number. An ITIN should never be used. And this is, again, a larger example of what the ITIN might be formatted like. So please keep in mind, even though it's formatted like a social security number, it should not be used anywhere on the penny application. It's for tax purposes only. So let's take a quick look at a customer application. Here is the social security field. Now, in filling out this customer's information, if I leave that field blank as it is right now, and I hit save and continue, it allows me to move on to the next page, which again, we're addressing citizenship or immigration status here. In this case, we will say that this customer is not a US citizen or national. At that point, we're actually prompted on the application to check here if the customer is or has an eligible immigration status. So if we click here, we will see all types of different documentation that we can provide to help that customer who's lawfully present demonstrate that through the penny application. In this case, we'll say the individual is a permanent resident. Here are the fields where you'll be prompted to provide the alien number, the card number, and of course, an expiration date. And just as an example, we are going to see if we can trigger the prompting, and there it is. If we enter information or we're not sure what type of number, again, we see this type of prompting that says, well, the alien number is 9 numerical digits. And of course, the card number that we would need to provide here with the expiration date has 3 alpha characters, and the 10 remaining digits are numerical. So hopefully this helps. And again, if you require any assistance, you can reach out to 844-844-4440, and we'll be happy to help you and the customer get to a better place.